Hi everybody, Chris AMS, hope you're all well. I thought I'd share this diagnostic video with you. I am working on a 2011 Ford Focus. The customer has had the clutch master cylinder replaced. I'm not unsure of the reason as to why, kind of thing. But since then, her stop function stopped working, and cruise control has stopped working, and also it telling her what gear she's in, I believe. I think that's that as well. So first thing I've done is plugged it in, and we'll have a look at what fault codes we've got. One of the fault codes that we've got listed is this one here, clutch position sensor A circuit low, and I think there's a couple of others here as well. Yeah, clutch position range performance. No, not that one, but yeah, and these two. So these are the two we're primarily concerned about at the moment, kind of thing. So looking at the vehicle, so if I show you on the vehicle, I've pulled this out to make life easier for you, kind of thing, to see. So the clutch, here's our clutch pedal sensor, or clutch pedal even. And then just, there's a terrible picture, just there is one sensor, or that's a switch, 2 wires to it. That is a clutch position switch. And also above that, let's see if I can find that in there as well. You just see it in the back. Oh, that's terrible with this camera. In the back there, right up the back, is another pedal switch. Neither of these are the actual sensor. Okay, the sensor on a Ford Focus is actually located under the bonnet. Now, we'll be using that a bit later on. So what we're going to do on our vehicle is we're going to go into our data list. Now, our data list I've already set up on the scope screen, or on the live data graphing screen. So I've got one of our clutch position sensors. So if I press the clutch pedal to the floor, oh hello, need to start it recording, that'd help. So start it recording. So I push the clutch to the floor, on, up and down, off the floor, and that's detecting the clutch pedal being at its bottommost position. Now it's using this signal here in order to allow the vehicle to start. Now this voltage up here, that's reading 0.02, is in fact the sensor that we're having a problem with. Now we should see that sweeping up and down, kind of thing, as we're pressing the pedal. So we're going to go under the bonnet, and we're going to have a look at see what's going on under the bonnet with the actual sensor itself, kind of thing. So we've proved that we've got a fault, or in the engine management system. We've also found, looking at live data, that the engine management system isn't seeing the sensor data from our clutch position sensor. So we're going to look at the sensor itself and see if it's got the 3 things a sensor needs in order to work. So one is a power supply. In this particular instance, it'd be a 5-volt reference, a ground, so good ground, and obviously the signal wire, the wire that sends the signal back to the engine ECU to say this is the position of which I'm in. So buried down the back of the engine here, you can probably just about see it behind. So let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Nothing's easy on cars anymore. So where am I? Let's get that so it's on the thing. So that little nodder there, that is our clutch position sensor plug. This is our clutch master cylinder. So the actual sensor sits on or inside the clutch master cylinder. So what we need to do now is we need to see what do we need from our sensor. So again, everything's about, you know, testing the right thing in the right way with the right tool. So what we're going to use now is I'm going to pull up a wiring diagram. This is my wiring diagram for my clutch position sensor, this one G3. So pin number 3, which is a yellow and blue wire, it should have 5 volts to it. Pin 1, which is our ground, which is blue and orange, it should have less than 0.2 of a volt. And pin number 2, which is a signal wire back to the ECU, should change as we push the pedal, kind of thing. As we push the pedal up and down, that voltage should go up, kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our voltmeter. So a voltmeter here, and where's the other end of my voltmeter? So the other end of my voltmeter is here. So whenever you're doing any form of testing, always make sure that your so always check your meter works first. So put that on 12 volts, so we've got a good known. So there you say we've got 12.1 volts set. Perfect. Now is the tricky bit, especially to do one-handed with a camera. We are going to go and back probe our 5 volt reference wire, and let's see if I can turn that on. There we go. That might make life a bit easier, mightn't it? If I come up there, you'll be able to see. You lot can see it from up there, and I'll see it from down here. How's that sound? Okay. So this is going to be our 5 volt reference. So we're going to back probe into there. Okay, that's in. When we come up to our multimeter, ta-da! We've got 5 volts. Perfect. Okay, so our next one that we wanted to look at, or I'm going to take a look at, is our earth wire, which is pin 1. Shine in, and then we're going to look at that. And yes, I'm happy with that. That's, yeah, good ground. I'm going to pull that out, and then finally, last but not least, we're going to go into pin 2, which is our white wire. Pin 2 is our white wire. Now, if you remember from our live data, we was getting 0.2 volts, so we've got 0.3 here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this up hither so I can see it from inside the vehicle. So I'll press the clutch pedal. You watch that. So that's clutch pedal down, clutch pedal up, clutch pedal down, clutch pedal up. So hey, you can see the switch working, but still, again, not our live data voltage. So we can say that we think that the switch is faulty. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and prove that infinitum, because it's all well and good changing the sensor, the position sensor, but if we've got a wiring problem between here and the ECU, then we're still at the moment guessing that our wiring integrity's okay, kind of thing. That sensor's obviously not producing a signal. I'm happy with that kind of thing, but that doesn't negate the fact that there might be a problem between here and there, kind of thing. Now, I have disconnected the sensor and it does go to 0 volts. So this is kind of, I'm pretty happy our wiring integrity is okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an extra little test. No, I'm cool, thank you. I'm going to do one little test and it'll just prove the point. Cool. That sounds a bit ominous. Right, so we're back on our clutch position sensor. What I've done is what I want to do is just quickly prove, peace of mind, prove the integrity of the wiring on the sensor circuit between the clutch position sensor and in the engine ECU. So what I've got out here is my auto sim, shiny auto sim, and you see or it's in Pro. Okay, so what I've done is I've wired this in to the ground side circuit and the signal circuit of our sensor. Okay, I've disconnected it from the vehicle. Now we look at our live data reading. We have got 0 volts. Okay, so what I'm going to do using our Signal Pro is I am going to up the voltage to 3. Now remember, this is only a 5 volt sensor, right? So you don't want to go sticking 12 volts down it because you might fuck it up. So we've got 3 volts on our coming into the wiring harness where instead of our sensor. So basically we are replacing the sensor with a donor source. So if we look at our thing, we are there at 2.99 volts, which is, you know, a 0.01 of a drop of voltage across a wire is okay. So that's basically, we have proved without a shadow of a doubt that there is a fault with that sensor. However, it's a mechanical fault within the master cylinder or an electrical fault with the sensor, it's going to need a replacement kind of thing. So this vehicle has had numerous other parts fitted it to try and suss out this problem, and we've got to it with no muss, no fuss, and it's all tickety-boo. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, keep watching, keep subscribing, keep liking. It's always nice to see somebody watching them. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.